All right. Excuse me. Sorry about that, but welcome back to Missing the Homies. We are firmly in the middle of June, and that's it. That's all I really got. We are trucking along in the month. This feels so quiet in my headphones, but on the editing end, I'm realizing I'm way too high. That means nothing. We are going to run the intro and welcome my aunt into the Zoom. I need to switch my hat because it looks like I have a 5 head. Am I even in the right room? Participants. Yeah, it should be. Okay. Anyways, we're going to run the intro and we'll be on the other side of the intro with our lovely guest. Peace.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh wait, let me do that again because I had to switch. The good morning, Tilisa. How are you?
Good morning, Antonio.
What's up? Are you at the lake or are you
I'm at home.
at
I
home?
had I had to come home I had to leave like at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning to get to my appointment to the
Hey.
chiropractor. But it was worth it because it felt really good. I feel 100% today.
I haven't been to the chiropractor in a long time.
This is only my second time in probably 10 years,
How do you
but the
feel?
massages just weren't helping. And I knew it was muscular, but then I thought maybe it might be, I better get an x-ray because it's just so much pain I was in from the
Mhm.
computer work and I don't know what,
When
but
you say that, I
it's
can
just not on
feel
one side I have issues.
how bad my posture is.
Yeah, I really love those balls. Like sitting on those balls help me, or like I'm sitting on this really comfy chair and I sit on the edge of it just to make sure that my rib cage is right above my hips,
Uh-huh.
and that lower my lower back is,
Have you
um,
have you ever seen these chairs?
oh, I have.
I hate them, but they're good to like help your back. Renee wanted this over like a desk chair.
Yeah.
So, you
So
know.
is it pressure on your knees or no?
So
I can't.
the way I feel about it is that it's like
At the church.
it's like lazy kneeling in church.
Yeah.
Because this is exactly how I used to sit when we had to go to mass for Cabrini.
Yeah. And you
So
like
like
put a little bit of your butt cheek on the,
so my butt is on it,
yeah.
but like to me, I like to like sit back in a chair, but with the kneeling pads, I feel like it lets up a lot of the pressure on my lower back and
Absolutely.
it's easier, but some
Yeah.
days I like since it's not flat, it's like kind
Yeah.
of inclined like that. It's
Yeah.
hard to like use it as just like a flat stool. Um, but do you have a standing desk, Lisa?
I'm thinking about getting one.
So we I mean Renee really wants one. And then
We've been looking at them.
have you seen those people who have like the treadmills underneath their desk?
Yeah. Oh
We're
yeah. Mark wants to do that too.
we're getting really close to doing it. Renee
Yeah.
Renee pulled one up yesterday.
I
She's
say,
like,
I say, screw that. Screw that. I'm not going to work. Uh-oh. Hold on. Guess who it is? Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hi. Guess what? You're on a Zoom call right now with Antonio and I.
"Welcome to the pod, Rebecca."
Welcome to the pod.
Hi, guys.
Rebecca and I are talking about luggage. So
Are you coming?
no. I mean, I'm
Oh,
lending her luggage.
oh my gosh. I like
You come with me too, though.
Hey, listen, I got sent to Salt Lake City the other day because all these cancellations. I'm not sure I want to go near airport right now.
oh my gosh. My
I couldn't even
heart
get home from Dallas the other night, Rebecca. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
I got
Are you
stuck.
home now?
I am, but I was supposed to be
Oh,
home like
okay.
at 4 o'clock on Friday. I didn't get home till 1 in the morning because They diverted me to Salt Lake City for 3 hours, and it was a nightmare, but at least they told me they wanted me to come home Saturday. And and I kept hearing all my colleagues on the phone with Delta, and they're like, I have toddlers. So I was like, I have toddlers. Who's going to take care of my kids?
Who's gonna take care of my Michael?
I have toddlers.
My Michael and Mark are sitting at home waiting for me.
Yeah, with
Right.
Cheerios and no milk.
Yeah, who's going to take care of my boys? Oh my God, I felt so bad. Mark said, I can't believe can't even.
Hey, Rebecca's got a good story about coming back from Germany.
Oh my gosh, she
Don't
did
get
tell me.
started.
I know she did tell me about that. Jeez.
Oh.
I'm just getting over,
Um,
like, I had an upper respiratory, so I'm kind of out of breath. What was that, Rebecca?
So, because you know, probably Antonio and Renee are gonna need the same stuff, but I'm bringing like aloe gel and all like the liquid stuff that's gonna be more than 3 ounces since we're going for like a week. So I need a carry-on, that way I can carry my liquids in.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
Okay.
bigger. So I
Okay.
can come over later today if you want me to.
Yeah, I actually have two. Do you need two though?
No, I
'Cause
just need one. I just need
Rebecca,
one.
Okay.
Rebecca, Renee is also gonna bring all of that stuff in her bag. She's gonna check it, like
Yeah, we
sunscreen.
need to check in one too, just because.
I'm not checking a bag.
Like food poisoning in Puerto Rico. He literally used an entire jar of sun oil,
Oh wow.
like sun aloe. Like, yeah, he burned really bad.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It really is. You think that.
And I even burned last year in Cancun, Antonio, and I never burned.
I know. Yeah. Now I'm nervous.
Rebecca, I burned so bad one time in Mexico that I was stuck in my bedroom in the hotel room for like 2 or 3 days because my cheeks actually scabbed.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that story?
That's
Yeah.
That's how it was in Puerto Rico. Like half of the day, Andrew was like, I needed to sit in the shade in the AC. And I was like,
Yeah.
and he like had all these like pus bubbles on his chest. I was like, oh my
Ooh.
God.
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
even here.
I thought my face was going to be scarred for life. Like I was crying and my salty tears were burning
Yep.
Oh,
my scabs on
no.
my cheek. And I was walking
Yeah.
around with like a black
Like a shawl.
I had like a black hijab on because I was trying to cover my face
Oh
because I
man.
had literally scars on my cheekbones, like big ones, like the size of
Oh my gosh.
3 or 4 fingertips. Oh,
Oh my God.
I know that can be painful and scary.
You know, I'm not very good at putting on sunscreen or all that
What
stuff,
time do you
but
want me to come over?
How about you come over at so my uncle has a it doesn't matter, 2 o'clock at 2 o'clock he has a this thing he's got to do with his lawyer on Zoom, and he doesn't know how to use Zoom. So I'm showing him how to do that at 2. He should be done with that by 3. So anytime after 3 works.
After 3 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, or before 2.
Come now. You want me to come now?
Well, actually, the one that I was going to give you, I need to empty. So you got to give me some time to empty it because it just got back from Dallas.
Okay. Okay.
she gotta take out all those dirty
1
underwear.
o'clock.
1 works perfect.
Okay, I'll see you at 1 o'clock.
Okay, bye. Bye, Tony. I'll say bye to Rebecca.
Bye, Rebecca.
Bye, I'll see ya.
Oh
I
my
couldn't
gosh.
blow her off because we just started texting about luggage that she needed to borrow. So
No worries. This is not a professional outfit.
make sure your phones are off. Don't answer text messages. Yeah.
See, once it gets to that next level, once I'm in a studio, then I'll get to that point. But right now, nah. I'm so excited. I wish you were coming to Mexico. I'm so excited though.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun.
This is my first time doing like a resort. Actually, this is my first time going to Mexico. So I'm real excited, but I'm also nervous because I mean, when you, my mom, Rebecca, and Deanna all went and got
Yeah.
whose phone was it? Was it my mom's phone that got stolen, or was it Rebecca's?
It was Deanna's purse and then my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
But it's Deanna and your mom's fault. My phone it's their fault.
How did it happen again? I remember you guys went to go eat. You guys were in like
Well, her phone, yeah, that was at a restaurant. That was Deanna's fault. Deanna was um she left her purse there.
How many
She-
times have you been to Mexico?
oh gosh. I mean, I worked for GM to Mexico, so I in the early 90s. So I traveled there for work a few
Mhm.
times, several times, but for maybe 10.
Wow. Okay. Better question. What was the best time you had in Mexico, barring getting all of your shit stolen?
Well, that was so right now, like that was a fun trip. I really thoroughly enjoyed
Oh no, I heard it. I heard it was a
Guanajuato.
lot of
Like
fun. That was
it
just
was like
that was the one story that
everything-
came back. Actually, I don't even think it came back. I think we heard it that night. Like we were at home, and
yeah. Because
my mom.
we thought Deanna was gonna get stuck there. And your mom was hilarious. Your mom was just cracking me up because
Yeah.
she's funny. And she was like, I told her. And I'm like, we're like, oh my God, we're just so funny. It was just so funny.
Um.
Which your mom did. Your mom's like, hey, listen, we're all adults. Like, let's just take care of our own stuff. But Deanna was really trying to protect everybody. She had a, and she was worried about everyone. So I was outside buying a necklace. And I think what happened is she came out to check on me
Mhm.
and she really didn't need to, or maybe she was just looking for me. But Rebecca and I were outside buying a few necklaces or something. And they were all in the restaurant and she came out. And then when she came back in, they had switched tables. And then I don't think it was until we were getting ready to leave that she realized her purse was at the old table, that she had set it down or something.
Oh.
Anyway, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Your
It was
guys's place was crazy too. Like your
it was
villa was
huge.
beautiful.
I know. It was really cool. Everybody
Um,
had like their own bathroom and there was plenty of room. You have to excuse my little cough I have going on.
you're good. You said you just got over
But my favorite, yeah, something's going on. I just got over something. My favorite trip was probably when I was 25 because
That's me.
I went to Mexico when I was 25 and it was my 25th birthday. And I went with 2 or 3 girls that I didn't know. So
Ballsy.
I did not, I only knew them by talking to them on the phone. I literally had to fax. Remember, you probably don't even know what fax machines are.
I know what fax machines are.
So I had to fax
I've
them my
faxed a
driver's
few things in
license.
my day, which I think is so stupid. Now, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah. I had to fax them my driver's license so they knew what I would look like because we didn't know each other. We just talked on the phone
Oh my
for
god.
about a year. I worked with one of the girls, Olivia, and her and I are still really good friends. But she was going she was going to Cancun and she lived in Irapuato, Mexico. And she says, I'm going to Cancun next week. And me and my 3 of my friends. And she's like, you should come. I'm like, I can't go to Mexico.
Mhm.
My boss really wanted her and I to be friends. He was adamant on trying to bring us together. We worked together and
Was
he
this when
really
you were
wanted,
working for GM?
yes, she
Okay,
lived in Mexico. So
gotcha.
he really just wanted us to bond. He's like, you should go. So we were at work and he checked on flights. And this was like in 1992 or 93. I don't remember what year it was.
Wow.
I think 92. And he said, there's a flight here, round trip from Detroit to Cancun for $99. And I said,
Oh my
come
god.
on, $99? And he says, yeah. He's like, you gotta go. You gotta go. He's like, we're gonna book it right now. We're just gonna book it. And I'm like, I don't even know. Like Michael was little. I said, I gotta figure out everything. And he's like, you can figure it out. You can figure it out. And I came home and I talked to my mom and dad and I'm like, can you guys watch Michael? And my dad was like, you can't go, you're like, that was irresponsible,
Right. And I
Yes.
mean 25 haven't met any of them in person,
Yeah,
that's
he just thought,
wild.
You crazy. Hold on one second. I gotta plug this laptop in. So
No,
hold
no,
on.
no, you're good. But that's like that is that's
Brave.
ballsy.
I think that was ballsy. I was brave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could do that. I think I'm um too nervous for that kind of stuff.
I was like, I'm just gonna do it. It was $99. And then they said you can just stay in our room and you can just stay in our room and pay us, like a little bit of like for the room cost.
Right.
So all four of us stayed in, they had two beds. And when you're 25, that doesn't, it's
Yeah,
like doesn't
who
matter, right?
cares?
Because I'll sleep on the floor, right?
Right.
So it was great. And we didn't stay in a real expensive place because people from Mexico don't stay in the places that we stay. They stay off the beaten path. Like
Right.
they're on the beach, but they're not on the strip. It's like way down. And so that was a trip because every day we did a trip. We were there for like 7 days. So the
Mhm.
first day we went to Chichen Itza. The second day we went to Isla Mujeres. And the third day we went to Cozumel. And then we went to Tulum. I mean, we went to it
You
was
got
it was a trip that we didn't miss. I didn't miss anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So
Oh
it was
my
fun.
gosh.
We
Um,
were young. And in fact, Mark and I went to go visit Olivia last this past
is
December. She lives in San Francisco now with her husband,
I was gonna say
and we're
she's still
still
in Mexico.
friends.
Oh,
We're
that's
still
so
really good
sweet.
friends. Yeah,
So your boss wound up
he
he,
was right.
he got
He
what
was
he
right.
wanted.
He got what he wanted.
Oh, that's so awesome. That reminds me of like when I went to Iceland with my cousins. Um, we my cousin Colin had just graduated college, so he's a year older than me, so I was in my senior year of college, and he's like, "I want to do one boys trip before we all like start our big boy jobs, like all of that.
Yeah,
Like we all kind
yeah,
of have time. Let's do it." So we were gonna do like a road trip across the country, and then we were gonna do Canada, and then I remember on Thanksgiving, my brother-in-law was like, "Why don't we just go to Iceland?" And I was like, "What the fuck's in Iceland?" And he's like, "I don't know, but let's go figure it out." So
yeah.
we went, and I think we planned it over the course of like 3 4 months, and it was or no, that wasn't my senior year. That was like my junior year of college. But it was so much fun. Like we my brother-in-law was he married to the family yet? Yeah, he had to be. Um or they were engaged or whatever, but he was like this was his first like trip with my core cousin group. So like all of
Yeah.
us like grew up like brothers, and then
Right.
he's coming and joining, and we had the best time. Like the only thing was that the car that we rented was a manual, and none of us knew how to drive stick except for Andrew, who is my
Yeah.
cousin's fiance at the time. So
Okay.
he drove 7 days straight, and we like Iceland. There was what we did. We did a lot of like destination, like you guys did. Like we
Mhm.
went and there's like a crashed plane, so that was like a 45-minute drive. We went there. We drove all around, and he was a trooper. He drove every single day, and
Wow.
it was just like I touched a glacier. Um it was just a great trip.
That's one place I'd like to go to just to see all the all the sites and the what do they have? Like have those
It's a lot of nature
water
stuff.
baths. Yeah. Love
The Blue
that.
Lagoon, that
Yeah.
was so the group that I went with, like my cousins that we went with, we kind of only like one of us are like a planner. He's like, okay, we gotta have this thing to do all the days.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, let's pick one thing a day.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of figure it out as we go. But the Blue Lagoon was the one thing I was like, no, 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 we have to do this.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
go. And it was so much fun. Like it wasn't like a pool. It was probably like 4 feet. So like you're like crouch down the whole time, like walking around this pool. And it's like
Wow.
20, 30 degree. No, it wasn't that cold. It was it was cold outside, but then you get in the water and it didn't feel like a hot tub. It felt like warm bath water, which was it was really nice. But I'm still mad at all of them because I was like, they had like a massage package, and we had
Ooh,
to book the tickets the night before to like get into the. It was like a spa, but they're what like the main thing you pay your admission. I think it was like $100, whatever, and you get in and you could just stay there as long as you want. Just a big lagoon.
yeah.
Um, and I was like, guys, there's a massage package. Like there was 5 of us. I was like, it's cheaper if all 5 of us get it. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
It'll be so much fun. And they're like, no, that's gay. I'm like, come on, please. Like, it'll be so much fun. Like
Yeah.
this because the whole trip was basically like it was a lot of hiking, a lot of walking. Like we drove a lot, but and I'm not an outside kid. I tell everybody I'm very much an inside kid. I watch TV, I read my books. I don't like to be out in the
Hiking all day
forest.
long.
But that's what it was in Iceland, but
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
Yeah. It
And
was
I would
good.
love
It's good to get outside your comfort zone, right?
Mhm. And I would
And
love to
then
go
you kind of
back.
discover things that you do that you might like to do again.
Yeah, and like hiking up the was it fjords or the glaciers
Wait a minute.
was
Aren't you a Cancer?
yes.
That's why you're a homebody. I forgot about that. But what's your moon sign? I wondered. Did you do your?
Sagittarius.
Oh, it is.
Yep. So is my rising.
So is your rising?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Do it. Dissect me. Tell me, what does that mean? Because Renee does that all the time. She'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense." I would be like, I don't know what that means. Why does being a homebody?"
It's a good thing. Well, Cancer's it's one of my favorite signs actually, because they're Taurus and Cancer. I love Taurus and Cancer. Cancer. And Rebecca's a Taurus. You're a
Hmm.
Cancer. Michael is a Leo with a Cancer moon. They're just Cancers are ooey and gooey. Like they're really emotional and they're really
Sappy.
yeah, but they're in and they're and they're it might take a minute to get to know the Cancer, but once you're in, they are all in and they love like no other sign loves. So if you take all the zodiac signs and you go love, 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 and love, like Cancers, like they just love with their whole heart. I think they're like the ones that they can love the most hardest, but they're also the ones who get the most. If they get hurt, they might not ever turn around and look at you again because it's really hard
Yup.
for them.
Yup.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
um.
Sometimes it's like because Michael is really, active with his friends and politics and whatever. But
Mhm.
I was reading a blog one time about Cancer men. And it's like, I think the article said something like, how do you get him? Like, how do you get that Cancer guy? Like a girl who might want to date
Yeah.
him, and basically it was like move next door to him. Like move next door to his house. Because if you don't live next door to him, because he's a homebody.
Yeah.
So, or I think Michael's in the other room. He just came home for lunch, so I can't hear me say this, but sometimes I think he's going to end up marrying someone who's in the inner circle, right? They're not
Mhm.
going to be obviously related, but there'll be some like a friend of a friend who's just been hanging out at my house, or just a friend of whoever's, you know,
I mean,
it's not gonna.
that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
like me and Renee. I've known Renee like since we were in elementary school. Like she grew up 2 doors down from one of my best friends in elementary school.
Oh,
So I've known her since we were like children. Like I remember after school in like third, fourth, fifth grade going to McDonald's
really?
and eating chicken nuggets together. Yeah, like we've known each other that long, and that makes so much sense
Yeah.
when you say
Yeah.
that because like um Wow, even like the girls that like want like I think my two other longest relationship, yeah, were like girls that I've known since like either middle
Yeah,
school or a girl who was like would come into the party store all the time. Wow,
yeah.
that's so weird. It's so weird hearing more about like the like astrology traits and all that because that's another thing that I felt like was woo woo, but the more I hear about it, I'm like, "Ah, you can only deny it so much before you're like, okay, it makes
You
sense."
really help. It really helps you learn more about yourself. I
Mhm.
can never stop. I'm constantly learning more about myself just by
What's your
looking at
sun
my
sign again?
chart. I am I'm a stellium Virgo.
Okay, so
So
I know the stellium means you have three
I
planets
have
in.
7 in one house.
Holy shit, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
I
So
have, yeah.
what is the Virgo? What are the traits of the Virgo?
It's really the best zodiac sign. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
My ex
That is
my
so Virgo, but it's
my extent with Virgo knowledge is there's a ludicrous song where they talk about Virgo. That is literally
oh, really?
I'll send it to you.
That was so Virgo. I thought I had to say something very Virgo-esque, like Virgos are perfect. No, Virgos are constantly striving for perfection. I used to be that way in my 20s and probably my 30s, probably just like constantly just, everything had to be everything had to be perfect. And I liked things and
In a certain
yeah,
way.
and you could kind of drive yourself crazy. No, I mean, you're just nothing is perfect, right? Your life's not perfect. Nothing is
Hmm.
perfect. And then when you finally, some Virgos do it their whole life, right? And I think that's how I kind of led myself to yoga and meditation is because I needed that balance. I needed to find it. I needed to surrender. And that's
Hmm.
what helped me surrender.
Surrender to
Just
the
let it be.
imperfections.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, you know, don't stress about, excuse me, don't stress about, I got 4 loads of laundry to do and this and this and that.
Same.
It's just gonna, it's gonna be there. And
Yeah.
it's more important to have human connections and make time for that. Like right now, I have a lot of shit to do, right? But
Hmm.
this is more important to me to
Thank you.
finish this and not finish it, but to continue it and not,
Right.
yeah,
To
and
give it
follow
the
through.
time to give it the
Yeah.
time that
Because
it
it's real easy
needs.
to say, you know what, I can't, I got too much stuff going on. But what are those other things that I have to do? I'm off work today.
Hmm.
I have laundry. I have some reading that I got to catch up on. I need to wash my sheets. I mean, there's just like a whole list of things, right? But
Right.
but surrendering to me means surrender and have more human connection. That's just so much more important. And we're lacking that so much today
Hmm.
with the texting and the emailing. And I used to think that, oh God, texting is so great. It saves you time. Well, it is nice, but I just want to pick up the phone and call sometimes and just hear their voice and not,
Re-
but it's just really hard to even get people on the phone. Like people just won't even answer their phone.
Renee laughs at me because probably maybe once a week, maybe once every other week, definitely once a month. I will like a day that I have no work, no projects, no anything I need to work on. I'll run errands starting in the morning and I'll just start calling people. Like if I haven't talked to my grandma, I'll call my grandma, I'll call my dad,
Yeah.
I'll call my brothers, I'll call my uncles,
Yeah.
and she'll just laugh at me because I'm sitting here, I have my AirPods in and I'm just like doing everything talking to everybody on the phone and I I kind of hate texting people because it feel to me exactly like what you said
Yeah.
that connection gets lost in translation. That's why even this
Yeah.
this feels so much more personal than
Yeah.
like texting or
Yeah.
even being on the phone.
I mean, I
But
haven't done this kind of stuff since, I mean, you do it for work, but
yeah.
personally doing Zoom stuff, when Deanna was in Spain in
Hmm.
school, it wasn't even Zoom then. What did we do?
Skype.
We did Skype and we would stay on the phone for like 10 hours.
Holy
And we would just
shit.
have the Skype on. So I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I gotta go make dinner. Or she's like, okay, I'm gonna go run to the whatever. And we'd come back and we'd sit down. And sometimes I'd fall asleep and she's like, were you sleeping? I thought I heard you sleeping. I'm like, yeah. It was like she was in the room,
Yeah.
and we would just keep Skype on for like a day. And then we
Oh,
wouldn't talk to each other for a day. And then we're like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Okay,
you on a
that's
Skype?
Skype. And then we'd Skype and we just leave the Skype on. It wasn't like an hour, it was
It was like
for
a whole day.
hours.
It was a whole day thing.
Yeah.
See, that's so
It was so fun
I
because
love
she was in another country and I
uh
think she was lonely for family, right?
mhm.
So it was fun to do that. I
That
miss
reminds
those.
me.
I miss that.
That reminds me. I gotta call Tony Miguel. Tony Miguel has this weird ability to only call me when I'm working.
Oh, he's good.
Never fail. I'll be in the middle of whatever I'm doing, and I'll get a call from him, and I'll text him. I'd be like, dude, stop. Like, I will call you, but you're calling me right when I'm working. And
Yeah,
he's like, I just got to make sure you're working. I'm like, okay.
that's so funny.
um, but so was that hard for you to let go of all of that perfection from the like your Virgo-ness?
Yeah, it is, but it's still sometimes it creeps up. It's just part of, it's part of my personality
Mhm.
of, you know, wanting things
Like
a certain way. And
done your way.
yeah, not necessarily my way, just straightened up,
Mhm.
straightened up. And I can't always do it. So that's why I hire a cleaning lady.
Oh,
So
so is it more of like an organization like cleaning thing than like you have a list of stuff to do?
I mean, it's everything. Like it's mostly the stuff that I don't have time for is like the cleaning, right?
Mhm.
Is the deep cleaning. So that's the stuff that because I have two houses, um, and it's hard to
Flex.
maintain both of them. Yeah, it's hard to maintain both of them. Like this weekend, we went up and um, we cleaned all the windows up north, and it was
How's
something that they get
how's
done.
Teal
So
Mark? I haven't seen him in too long.
he's doing good. We were all up north and then Michael came up yesterday for Father's Day and we just celebrated Father's Day at the lake yesterday. It was fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was. That's good because I like completely not forgot that it was Father's Day, but like,
I thought that's why you can't not that you canceled, but I
uh,
thought that's why you said, well, Monday would work too. And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking it's Father's Day. He probably
see,
wants to spend some time on the phone with his dad
I
or
completely
I didn't
for
know if you were coming home.
no, I had to I worked yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But it like living in Chicago has been like it's so cool, but at the same time like I miss being able to go and see all of my uncles and my dad and all that. But it's
Yeah.
now it's not even the same as it was because like me and my cousins have had this conversation like, we want to like do the same thing like where because for Father's Day what we used to do was like all of my conja cousins and aunts and uncles we would all go to the Metro Park, and we would all hang out. It would be like an all day thing, and I don't even think they did that this year. And it's like I miss doing that,
Yeah.
but that's not even something that happens now. So it's
The good old
like
days now.
yeah, like my dad's in Boston. Like we were texting yesterday. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm headed to Mexico." He's like, "Oh, I'm in Boston right now," and it's like I don't
That's
know.
that's a great place to vacation.
Yeah, I went to Boston. Uh, I don't know couple months ago and I was texting him and then he's like, "Oh, I really want to go to Boston this summer now." And then he when we were talking yesterday, he's like, "Oh, I'm actually going to Boston." So
That's cool.
good. I keep trying to get him
The whole
to
family go?
No, I think just him and my mom.
Oh, good.
I think the boys are working. Anjali's
Yeah, it's cool.
taking summer
Yeah.
classes. Um but I keep trying to get my dad to come to Chicago just for like a trip for me and him. Uh And
That's a
he's
great
like,
idea.
yeah, yeah, we'll do it one of these days. I'm like, come on,
So
just trying to
awesome.
convince him. Um, what I was gonna ask you.
Maybe your
Oh,
mom will come too.
maybe.
Yeah.
I keep telling everybody like
Yeah.
come to Chicago. I've been fighting my brothers for not fighting, but like telling them for months. What I've been here like
Yeah.
almost 3 years. I was like, come any weekend. You tell me when you want to be here. I will make time, and it doesn't work in anybody's schedules. But
Well, Tomas is in that zone of,
yeah, he's about to start college,
yeah.
and
And Michael is still at that. um
Michael's a baby still. Like
yeah,
it
he's
feels
just
weird.
baby.
It feels
See
weird to
those
say that
do you see
because
those TikTok videos of those little dogs? And they're like, I'm just a baby. Did you ever hear it? Did you hear
I
those? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I
That's what
spend.
I think of.
Are you on TikTok or do you just
No,
see them?
sometimes I'll see them on I don't know, on the reels on market on Facebook.
Hmm.
I think I see them on Instagram too, because
They're definitely on Instagram. I
yeah,
feel
because
like a
I
lot of
always follow
TikToks
the
have.
dog ones. I just really even though I don't have a dog, I love watching the dog ones, like when they just bring a new puppy home and there's a new and they're just like, or whatever, or the puppy's bad and then the puppy's like, I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby.
I want a
Or the
dog.
one that says, I identify as a puppy, and I am a puppy, identify as a puppy. But my mom says, I'm just a baby. You know, whatever. So cute.
Seeing dog videos makes me so sad now because I want a dog so bad. And before when we when we moved to Chicago, I
Mhm.
just didn't have a regular enough schedule. So we couldn't have a dog. And now Renee's like, we could have a dog. You just have to take care of it. I'm like, do I want to take care of a dog? And then we're in a 4 floor walk up. So like to take the dog out, it would be a whole thing. And I'm like, I don't think it's worth it.
Right.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
it's a lot. And then when you travel, like that's a thing for me, when you travel somewhere and
That has been the biggest headache. Because I mean we have 2 cats. And I
mm,
mean they're pretty low maintenance, but like going to Mexico, we just spent a whole week trying to figure out. Like I hit up a bunch of my friends, like, hey, can you come stay at my place for the week? That's a lot to ask for of friends all the time. And then we looked into
yeah,
like pet sitting service. It's just it's a hassle. But I get I get now why my parents didn't want animals, but I'm so glad that uh I have pets. I have
yeah.
never I like it like
See, I think that for some reason, cancer, I think that you associate with pets so much, especially cats, I think,
I
but
have
dogs and cats, but cats, like,
I have always loved like I used to say like going over and like meeting people's pets or whatever. They would
mhm,
always gravitate towards me and they'd be like, "Oh
mhm.
wow, my dog doesn't normally like people like that." I'd be like, "Oh, it can tell I'm sad because I've always wanted a dog but could never have one."
It's like,
And it's
let's,
and like that's how it was. And now like I've noticed now that I have my own pets, people
yeah,
don't come up to me as much and I'm like, they can feel it. They can feel that that like that
yeah,
void is filled now.
yeah.
Oh,
That is so funny.
I love it. I love them.
So it says we have 1 minute and 55 minutes left. Is that right?
1 minute and 50 seconds now. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I don't
so
remember
let
seeing that before.
are you seeing it on your side now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
sweet. Yeah, because normally I get a big pop up when we have 10 minutes, and then I see a little counter. But I was gonna say, let's end this
Okay.
because I was gonna ask you questions like scheduling for the rest of the month. But let's end this. I forgot. Do I have? Oh shit!
Ooh, that's good. I like it.
Oh, that was so loud that it just blew the fuck out of my eardrum. Okay. Okay. Wait. Now, Taylor said, "Do you have anything that you want to say before we end it?"
I was gonna say that I really like your office. It's really
Thank
cool.
you.
I love it.
I've really been putting in
Yeah.
work to organize it, and now I like this
Is that a
little
crystal
like.
there?
This is a salt lamp, but
Oh,
over
okay.
here, Renee
You have
has
some
all her
crystals.
crystals that she keeps on a regular basis. Those are
The
her.
actual light is really nice.
Those are her work crystals, and there's
Oh,
crystals
okay.
everywhere else that
I
are
love
just
it.
for everything else. But with that being said, I think we're gonna call it.
Less than a minute. Peace out.